Hey guys, good morning. It's your boy Richie Rich here. Today in this video, I am currently back with another Forza explanation video for you guys. Today in this video, as you've seen in my last Forza Horizon explanation video, I recently talked about Forza Horizon 2012, 2012. And then Forza Horizon 2, which was from 2014. So 2012, this one, my favorite one out of all Horizon games, is complete. And same with this. Now, it's all down to this. Forza Horizon 3 from 2016. That's right, from 2016, guys. So today I'll be doing information on that. So if you guys want to check out Forza Horizon from my past videos, here they are. If you want to check them out, feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. So you guys won't have to miss out on all of these videos that I make for a while. Very soon, I will be starting work. In like a few weeks, I would say, roughly around a few weeks. But if I have some spare time left over, I might be able to do YouTube. I don't know, but we'll see. As long as work doesn't get in the way, I'm good. Now, today I'll be talking to you guys about this. Forza... oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Today I'm talking about Forza Horizon 3. There we go. That's the one. Sorry. And then for my next Forza Horizon video, it's going to be about Forza Horizon 4. And then for the last Horizon video I'll do is Horizon 5. So, sorry if it's a little bit like on the side, a little bit crooked with the gear. Just because I didn't have enough space left over to finish them off. But at least I got it down. That's important. And I also did a lot more drawing with some other cars. I'd done a 1992, 1993 LX Ford Mustang. I think it's LX. I don't really know. But this is the one that was featured in Fast 9 and Fast X or Fast 10, driven by Jacob Toretto, played by John Cena and Finn Cole as the young Jacob Toretto. So that was good. And I drawed also the a Lamborghini right here. It was a Murcielago, and I put on a rear wing. So that was cool. And so yeah, I've done a lot more of these cars. Even a couple of Japanese tuner cars I designed, which was cool. I forgot to do one bit left over, which I haven't done. Which was the tail light on the rear of the Lambo. Alright, now I got that done completely. Here it is. It's just, I missed that out a while back because I was too busy doing the other cars. I was so tired. Okay, so this is the first one I done. So the Lamborghini Murcielago with a wide body kit I done and a rear wing. Tinted the windows, done the intercooler, carbon fiber hood or bonnet, and then I did the LED blue headlights there, different like kind of Murcielago wheels I done. And then so yeah, so this is the first one I done, the Lamborghini Murcielago. For all you Lambo fans out there, I've done this Murcielago. And then I draw the Mustang for all you Mustang fans out there, which I am as well. I'm a Mustang enthusiast. Then I drawed a Supra right here. Here it is. Mark IV Supra A80, 1994-1998. So that one's cool. So I've done the Horizon 1 2012 with the Viper, the Huracan from Horizon 2 2014, which I did the Performante. I didn't do the original one because it's because it's gonna take forever. So I decided to do the Performante, which is basically based on the same original car. So yeah, Horizon 2 2014 with the Huracan, which was the new 2014 Huracan. And then got the Centenario from Horizon 3 2016 right here. And speaking of that, today in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about... First off, these are the two Horizon games I talked about right here. So if you guys have not seen them or you missed out, feel free to check them out in your own time. So I've done Horizon 1 2012, my most favorite Horizon game. And then I also done Horizon 2 2014. I've done gameplay videos on these before. It was fun. Now, today in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about Forza Horizon 3. Now, I've got a couple Horizon games left over to talk about, and the driving laws left over, and a couple other videos to do. But that'll be like maybe after I finish work. I got no idea, but at some point I'll find out. I just don't know when, but man, we'll find out. So yeah, today I'll talk about Forza Horizon 3, and then if I got the time, I might talk about Horizon 4 and Horizon 5. Anyways, guys, before I start, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. And so yeah, without any further ado, let's do this. So, Forza Horizon 3. Here we go. Forza Horizon 3 is a 2016 excuse me. That's right, 2016 racing video game developed by Playground Games and published by Microsoft Studios for the Xbox One. So they have both the Xbox One and Windows. Microsoft Windows. It's the 9th installment in the Forza series. So yeah, Forza series, and the 3rd installment in the Forza Horizon sub-series. The game is set in a fictionalized... fictionalized, I think I said it right. Yeah, fictionalized, there we go. Australia, where the player is the leader of the, I can't even pronounce this word. So, it's spelled Titular.
Titular.
Titular, there we go. The game is set in a fictionalized Australia where the player is the leader of the titular. There we go. Titular Horizon Car Festival and has to expand the festival by completing events to earn fans. Now, I've done this before. Like, I've upgraded like almost every single festival that there is. Almost. There's a couple I still got left over to do, but I got a lot more racing to be involved in until we head to the Horizon finale. I don't know when, but at some point I will. It's a titular Horizon Car Festival and has to expand the festival by completing events to earn fans. Like previous Forza Horizon games like 1 and 2 from 2012 and 2014, it features an open-world environment where players can freely roam the map. So like previous Forza Horizon games, it features an open-world environment where players can freely roam the map, just like number 1 and 2. The best one I like is number 1. Always have, always will, for the rest of my life. The developers... So the developer is by Playground Games, publisher is by Microsoft Studios, director Ralph Fulton, producer is Adam Askew, the designer is Martin Connor, programmer is Alan Roberts, artist is by Benjamin Penrose, the series is Forza, platforms are for Windows and Xbox One. The release is from September 27th, 2016. Its genre is racing, and its mode you can do is both single player and multiplayer. Forza Horizon 3 began development in 2014 after the release of Forza Horizon 2. Turn 10 Studios assisted with the game's development as they did with other Forza Horizon games. Over the course of development, Playground Games tested different technological concepts for the game, while also trying to improve more features over the previous titles. Over the previous title, I mean. Sorry. The Australian setting was chosen for its variety of regions, and a team was sent to Australia to conduct research for the game. So I had to do research for the game. Forza Horizon excuse me. Forza Horizon 3 was released in September 2016. At release, critics praised the map design, graphics, and the amount of content, while most criticism was directed towards the monotony of races. I think I said it right. Monotony. There we go. The monotony of races. The game won and was nominated for multiple awards and sold over 2.5 million copies. So that's 2,500,000 copies in 2017. Downloadable content has also been released periodically, including 2 expansion packs. The game was followed by Forza Horizon 4, released in 2018. And I might talk about. And by the way, Forza Horizon 4 is the next game I'll talk about because it has this car featured in it, the McLaren Senna. I might talk about a McLaren Senna one day. I don't know when, but at some point I will. So yeah, the game was followed by Forza Horizon 4, released in 2018. Next up is gameplay. Forza Horizon 3 is a racing video game set in an open-world environment based in a fictional representation of Australia. The gameplay world is about twice the size of Forza Horizon 2, and the game contains contains locales and regions based upon their real-life Australian counterparts. While previous Forza Horizon games have depicted the player as being one of the racers of the Horizon Festival, the player is now the director of the festival, and their role is to expand it throughout Australia by completing races, challenges, and stunts to earn fans. To earn fans. If enough fans are earned at a certain threshold, I think I said it right. So at a certain threshold. So close. I was close to saying it. So yeah, to a certain threshold, the player can set up new events. Not events. The player can set up new festival locations and unlock more events. These types of racing modes are available in the game Exhibition, Championship, and Rivals. Exhibition is a single race at one location, whereas Championship contains multiple races dispersed throughout the gameplay world. Rivals is a versus race against the player and an AI opponent, where the player has to compete in a time trial to beat the time set by the opponent. Added in Forza Horizon 2, the player can also participate in bucket list challenges, where they are given a task to complete with a specific vehicle. So I think they did it in the first Horizon game as well. I don't know. I think they did, yeah. So a specific vehicle. The newly introduced Horizon Blueprint feature lets the player customize races and bucket list challenges. Apart from both races and bucket list challenges, the player can engage in several other activities. Breakable boards called bonus boards can be discovered around the gameplay world, and when driven over, they award the player with experience points or a discount, say either a discount or fast traveling. As the player progresses through the game, they can receive rumors of as the player progresses through the game, they can receive rumors of barn finds to uncover and restore the cars that they're in. When performing stunts with a vehicle, the player is awarded skill points. If enough skill points are acquired, they can be used to purchase perks that may award cars, experience points, in-game currency, and driving advantages among other benefits. The player may participate in Forzathon competitions, which provide weekly challenges and give awards once completed. Returning from previous Forza games, Forza Horizon 3 features a vehicle AI. Features a vehicle AI called Dravatars, which both learns and mimics the driving abilities of Forza players. Dravatars are found throughout the gameplay world, and they appear in races as opponents, where they can be adjusted by game difficulty via the player. Apart from standard races, Dravatars can be challenged to a head-to-head race. If the player wins the race, they will be able to recruit that Dravatar onto their racing team, which allows the player to earn additional experience points. So additional experience points, fans, and in-game currency. The player can also recruit Dravatars in a car convoy. When in a car convoy, Dravatars will follow the player, and they can be upgraded by skill points to perform certain tasks throughout the game. The player can upgrade so that both can upgrade and tune individual parts of their vehicle, with body kits being available as well. Additionally, the game includes a vehicle customization option called Upgrade Heroes. Upgrade Heroes, which utilizes both tuning and body kits to alter both vehicles' performance and appearance, although the customization preset is limited to a certain number of vehicles. The color of vehicles and their collective parts can be changed, and the player can also design liveries for vehicles. These liveries can be sold through the in-game shop, which further includes an auction system to bid on cars from other players. A total of 350 vehicles were available at the game's launch. Forza Horizon 3 offers open-world multiplayer modes, including an online cooperative mode for up to 4 players and a competitive mode for up to 12, where players can compete in races and mini games with their vehicles. As from previous Forza games, the player can join clubs where they have the ability to compete against players of other clubs in races, so in both races and mini games. Due to the licensing issues, vehicles manufactured by Volkswagen are absent from the game. Next up is development. So, Forza Horizon 3 was developed by UK-based Playground Games. The creators, the creators behind previous Forza Horizon titles. Additional work was provided by Turn 10 Studios. Who made the Forza Motorsport series. The game was designed using the Forza Tech game engine, which is used for most other Forza games. The development team started conceptualizing the creation of Forza Horizon 3 in 2014, initially after Forza Horizon 2 was released. The team desired to give players more freedom in Forza Horizon 3 compared to its predecessor. They also aimed for the game to be of better quality, therefore they sought to optimize more gameplay and graphical aspects over the previous title. One of these changes was minimizing the amount of loading screen time, as it could damage the game's impression of being persistently high quality. Creative director Ralph Fulton felt that Forza Horizon 3 was a generational leap. Sorry. My mistake. Generational leap over its predecessor, because of the work the development team put into better improve the game. Next up we got is setting. Setting. So here are these 4 places that you can visit in the Horizon game. First off is Surfer's Paradise, right here. So this is Surfer's Paradise right here. The next one is the Outback, which is actually also like real. I believe Surfer's Paradise is also real. So you can also visit the Outback in Australia as well. So the Outback. Next up is Yarra Valley. So Yarra Valley, which is spelled Y-A. So Yarra is spelled Y-A-R-R-A. So Yarra is spelled Y-A-R-R-A. Valley. And last up also is the 12 Apostles right here. So you can also drive like over the water, but not into the water, because otherwise you're gonna like, they're gonna reset you back onto like the road or on the sand. So my recommendation: don't drive across the water, because you're gonna like get your car to reset, or they're gonna reset the car for you at its exact point. It happens for me at that time. So yeah. So next up is setting. Playground. Sorry. Playground. Excuse me, I can't even talk right now properly. Playground games started with a broad range of locations so playground games started with a broad range of locations. Say playground games started with a broad range of locations for Forza Horizon 3, narrowing the list of locations. So the list of locations with more research. Because of Australia's largely diverse environment, because of Australia's largely diverse environment, the development team ultimately made the decision to have the game set there. So they decided to have the game set there, as they also considered the country to be a possible setting for future Forza Horizon games. Mike Brown, a game designer at Playground Games, thought that the team made the correct decision to select Australia as the setting, describing the country's diverse scenery as perfect. To help create a convincing gameplay world, a team was sent to Australia to take reference photos to aid in the game design. Those photos consisted of plants, rocks, and road details, among others. A significant amount of work was put into simulating landmarks of the country, such as the 12. A significant amount of work was put into simulating landmarks of the country, such as the 12 Apostles. Minor details were also implemented into the game, like the colors of Australian phone boxes and garbage bins, as well as including native wildlife. Playground Games stated that they explored and represented every ecologically distinct part of the country in Forza Horizon 3. The gameplay world consists of 6 distinct regions. However, the world is somewhat geographically inaccurate, with locations in real life existing in different geographic areas in the game. According to Brown, the explanation for this inconsistency was to create a better gameplay experience for the player. Ralph Fulton explained that Playground Games desired to help celebrate Australian car culture and familiarize the culture to people in other parts of the world. Thus, multiple Australian car models were incorporated into the game. He added Australia's culture of Ford versus Holden and V8s and Utes isn't immediately familiar to everybody north of the equator, but we did feel it was really interesting and colorful, and would add to the game. The Australian locations include the desert town of Coober in South Australia, the Great Ocean Road in Victoria, Byron Bay in New South Wales, Ormiston Gorge in the Northern Territory, and Surfers Paradise in Queensland. Next up is design. HDR, also known as high dynamic range. So we're on design. HDR, high dynamic range, played a key role in the visuals of Forza Horizon 3. Originally, there were not any thoughts of incorporating a HDR into the game during development, but due to the development team discovering the HDR output of the Xbox One S, it was decided to start programming the feature. Forza Tech was found to be a good match for HDR, as the light rendering of the game engine was adequately set up to incorporate the brightness say the brightness gamut the brightness gamut of HDR. So gamut is like a certain complete subset of colors. The most common usage refers to the subset of colors that can be accurately represented in a given circumstance, such as within a given color space or by a certain output device. The gamut of HDR, multiple TVs were then bought for investigation of the feature. The development team later discovered that the TVs displayed HDR variously, which added more difficulty to the process of adding the feature to the game. Over the course of development, the team talked about and tested new technology prototypes for several months to help enhance the visuals for the game. Among these prototypes was an HDR sky system. As an idea, the team thought of pointing a high-resolution camera at the sky for hours as a time-lapse. A test was then conducted in Leamington Spa in England. Lighting artist Jamie Wood admitted that during the test, there was more variety in shooting a camera at the sky than the sky design system that was used in Forza Horizon 2. Three teams of two were then sent to Braidwood, New South Wales, to capture. So Braidwood in New South Wales to capture Australia's more distinguishing skies, clouds, and weather patterns. For a few months, the teams performed the shooting process using HDR. So HDR cameras. The cameras took thousands of photos with frame interpolation. With frame interpolation over 24-hour periods alongside the lenses and light sensors. Both lenses and light sensors needing to be cleaned regularly. Videos of the sky were also taken with the footage being about 30 days long. Overall, the shooting process took place through various weather conditions and times of day to reassemble a dynamic weather system. I believe they did the same, for the first Horizon game. I think they did it also for the second one. So I think they used the dynamic weather system for the previous Forza Horizon games, number 1 and number 2 from 2012 to 2014. So a dynamic weather system in the game. This further meant that both camera exposures and filters had to be changed frequently to adjust to each time of day. So each time of day had to be adjusted. To adjust to each time of day, the footage of the sky was then imported into the game. Because of the sky footage, days were longer in Forza Horizon 3 than its predecessor, Forza Horizon 2. And clouds also correlate with weather systems in-game. The lighting effects in Forza Horizon 3 are calculated with real-time computing, which helps simulate a realistic sun in the game. Shadows are generated based on how light it is both distributed so both distributed and
occluded.
Both distributed and occluded. I can't even say it. Depending on the locations of surrounding objects, both objects and substances. Real-time computing is also used in the games.
Voxel.
Kind of word. In the games evokes, I can't even say it. Based global illumination system to calculate the bouncing of light. The sky, other sources of light, and occlusion data is used to determine surfaces light bounces onto. This helps light accurately blend into areas that have varying degrees of brightness. Playground games wanted the beach to be an important racing area in the game. Therefore, much effort was put into allowing the sea to realistically interact with the beach to make the location look lifelike. To help assist in developing the sea, Playground Games contacted a game developer, Rare, as in like Rare Limited, which is a British video game developer and a studio of Xbox game studios based in how do you I can't even pronounce this word. Based in Twycross, there we go. So based in Twycross, Leicestershire. So Playground Games contacted game developer Rare, who was working on Sea of Thieves at that time, which is a 2018. So it's a 2018 action adventure game developed by Rare and published by Microsoft Studios. So who was working on Sea of Thieves at the time, as both developers were working on creating the sea in their games. They decided to share computer code, which both developers improved on. Car models were mainly designed with CAD, computer-aided design, data exchange between the developers and the car manufacturer. So between both the developers and the car manufacturer. However, for cars that didn't support CAD data exchange, especially rarer and older cars, designers had to track them down for modeling details, sometimes taking upwards of weeks to locate some of them. As with the Lamborghini Centenario, which I designed. Well, not really, but like drawn. Here it is. Kind of like it's close enough. I mean, it looks a little bit like a Bugatti Veyron and a Sesto Elemento blended into one. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, literally. As with the Lamborghini Centenario, the cover car of the game, a photographer was sent to Italy to take photos and measurements of the car. Since the Centenario was made of hundreds of different types of materials, Playground Games desired to simulate the car as the sub-pixel level. Using data from the images, both the images and measurements, a mesh of the car was modeled with 3D Studio Max, while designers had to figure out where materials needed to be simulated in the mesh. The sound team recorded actual cars from the game, capturing intake, exhaust, and the sound team recorded actual cars from the game, capturing intake, engine, and exhaust sounds. There you go. They employed the looping model from Motorsport 6 2015 in conjunction with a granular synthesis model to implement car engine sounds in game. So yeah, 2015, Forza Motorsport 6 was released. Almost 10 years old, this game. Motorsport 6 from 2015. The looping model shifts the pitch of crossfaded loops over the rev range and was created from recordings of a car on a dyno making full throttle runs. The granular model is made of audio tracks of a car under both acceleration and deceleration, and was built by recordings of cars driven on track from idle to redline and back. Vehicle recording was done by Warner Bros. Post production. The team used lavalier, which is spelled Lavalier, which is a kind of a microphone, and and omnidirectional microphones around the car to capture audio, relying on high SPL, which stands for sound pressure level mics, and preamp audio attenuators. I can't even say that. Attenuators. There we go. Said it in Australian. Attenuators for certain race cars can reach 130 decibels SPL. Ralph Fulton explained that humans formed their first impressions incredibly quickly. Elaborating that the first few minutes of playing a video game can drastically change how a player thinks of it. Playground Games later conducting a study of first impressions before developing Forza Horizon 3. Two groups of test subjects both played. So two groups of test subjects both played the same Forza game for the same amount of time, except one group played in a sports car and the other played in a regular car. When asked about their experiences playing the game, the group that played in the sports car rated the game generally better. As a result, Playground Games spent a large part of their development cycle, about 18 months, 1.5 years, both developing and curating. So curating, I think I said it right. There we go. Yeah, I said it right. Curating the first few scenes of the game. In February 2015, it was decided that the first few scenes would be split between the opening drive and the first of the game's event, with the decided route for the opening drive being finalized a month later. I think I said it right. I don't know. Finalized. A month later, by June 2015. That, by the way, finalized, I think it says, it's spelled FINALIZSED. A month later, By June 2015, the route was being both tested and concept. Not both actually. By June 2015, the route was being tested and concept art was drawn from the scenery that the player would see during the opening drive. Although some concepts had to be adjusted, but either adjusted or removed, such as the rainforest being made less dense. Problems also emerged with the car that the player would be driving in during the opening scene, the Centenario. The Centenario resulted in being too fast for the player to observe the scenery as intended, requiring changes in both the routes and terrain. As the opening drive also went off-road, a cutscene had to be instituted to switch the Centenario to a buggy to accompany the harsher terrain. Additionally, the first event after the opening drive had to be pushed back for further improvements, prompting modifications to be made to the opponent's vehicle. During the development process of the 4-player cooperative campaign, the goal was to enable all players to play with as little friction as possible, with the development team then generating a list of a list of goals for an organized campaign. After assessing the campaign layout, the team created a list of problems that could negatively influence the gameplay and came to the conclusion that there 4 major issues that could affect gameplay the most. With each issue, the team brainstormed a list of possible solutions, picking the solution that produced the least conflict between players. The first issue, where players could be hours apart in campaign progress, made a screen appear that informs the player of how many fans they earned and the festivals they can upgrade or open whenever they leave a cooperative season. If players also completed races in the cooperative season that have not yet been unlocked in their single-player session, the race will appear as completed on the user interface in single-player. The second issue was that races could have specific requirements for cars based on the restrictions the season leader has set. Players with fewer cars may not reach those specifications. The solution was considered more straightforward, which introduced a rental feature that allowed players to borrow the season leader's car during a race. For the third issue, where players with less skill may finish races in lower positions, every race was converted into a team race between the players, so both the players and the AI opponents. A point system was then added for every opponent beaten. This created a structure that let inexperienced players to contribute to the campaign, even if they beat only one opponent. Although the fourth issue wasn't part of the team's original goal, it did come up often during testing phases, which was that the leader of the season had to guide other players through the game, even if there were not any sort of communication between players. To resolve the problem, a feature was implemented that notified the season leader's actions to all other players whenever the leader did something, such as like starting an event. All right. Got that done. Next up we got is the release of the game. Let's see how much information there is. Oh my god. No, I'm gonna have to double time this now. So release. Forza Horizon 3 was announced on 13th of June 2016 during Forza Horizon 3 was excuse me. Forza Horizon 3 was announced on June 13th, 2016 during Microsoft's E3 press conference, where Ralph Fulton displayed a gameplay demo during the briefing. The game was released on September 27th, 2016. Players were able to purchase 3 different editions of the game: the standard, deluxe, or ultimate editions. Both the deluxe and ultimate editions gave players several downloadable content, car packs, and other exclusive content, while players that pre-ordered the ultimate edition were also able to earn early access to the game on September 23rd. Forza Horizon 3 supports cross-platform play and is part of the Xbox Play Anywhere, Xbox Play Anywhere program. Also, allowing the game to be playable both on Xbox and Windows if purchased digitally. Initially, after the game was released, there were various in-game performance problems that occurred concerning the game's compatibility with Windows. An issue also arose involving the game's wheel spin feature, an award system that offers the chance for players to earn a new car or a certain amount of in-game currency, which is like credits for cash in the game, which you can use to buy cars and upgrade them and whatnot. So yeah, an issue also arose involving the game's wheel spin feature, an award system that offers the chance for players to earn a new car or a certain amount of in-game currency, which may sometimes give players the maximum amount of currency that could be acquired in the game. These issues were later addressed and promptly fixed by Playground Games. Some players had also claimed that they were falsely banned after Playground Games issued bans to players using hacking clans. A Microsoft spokesperson later stated that players who felt that they were falsely punished can email them for both investigation and removal of the bans. In January 2017, an update had the potential to corrupt the game for Windows users. The corrupted update was later removed by Playground Games. In January 2018, Forza Horizon 3 was ported to the Xbox One X, enabling the graphics of the game to be changed on the console, including additional 4K resolution. So 4K resolution, higher polygon models, increasing sample quality, and enhancing other graphical features. The game made use of groove music. So the game made use of groove music to play custom soundtracks. However, the ability to stream music to the game was stopped on the 31st of March 2019 after groove music was discontinued, limiting players to the in-game soundtrack as with the other Forza Horizon games. On September 27th, 2020, both the game and all of its downloadable content were removed from the Microsoft Studio after reaching end-of-life status. Next up we got is downloadable content. That's the last part, and then we got to reception and then the other parts. So downloadable content. So several downloadable content, also known as DLC car packs, were released periodically. While most packs featured a small collection of cars, some packs had themes such as being type specific, being either type or manufacturer specific. Examples include the Motorsport All-Stars pack, which includes several race cars, and the Porsche car pack, consisting of cars made by vehicles manufacturing Porsche. In addition, the Unicorn car pack includes in-game versions of cars that were used by the Unicorn Racing division. On December 13th, 2016, it was a day before my my 11th birthday. So on December 13th, 2016, the expansion pack Blizzard Mountain was released. The pack added a new location to the game, characterized by a mountainous landscape and having harsh, snowy weather conditions. The severe weather conditions added a challenging feature to driving, as aspects like icy roads and whiteout affected the ability of the player to control the vehicle. Instead of accumulating fans, as is synonymous in the Australian location, players had the goal of collecting stars instead. Similar to earning fans, acquiring certain amounts of stars of stars unlocks more events around the region. So it unlocks more events around the region. Additionally, 3 racing game modes were added to the DLC, and players received a rally slash off-road car pack that is able to be customizable with snow tires with the purchase of Blizzard Mountain. On on May 9 on the 9th of May 2017, in collaboration with Mattel's Hot Wheels, Playground Games released a second expansion pack titled Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. Like Blizzard Mountain, the pack added a new area to the game, portrayed as a archipelago. Portrayed as an archipelago connected by real-world scale Hot Wheels stunt track pieces instead of regular roads. The game's track acts similarly to an actual Hot Wheels course, illustrated by different kinds of stunt sections such as vertical loops and half-pipes. Races can be customized with the Horizon Blueprint feature, where individual pieces of track are able to be swapped with other pieces. Continuing from Blizzard Mountain, stars have to be earned in races to unlock more events. And players were given a car pack with the purchase of the expansion, of which some of the cars are life-scale Hot Wheels cars. There have been 2 crossovers between Forza Horizon 3. So there have been 2 crossovers between Forza Horizon 3 and other video game franchises. During the game's release, players were able to obtain Halo's Fictitious Warthog if they played either Halo 5 or the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One. Players may also win the car by completing challenges in the game. On the 1st of August 2017, Forza Horizon 3 players received the cords. I can't even say it properly. Cords. So yeah, the Cords Regalia from Final Fantasy XV. Though the in-game message system, while Final Fantasy XV players received an Xbox Live message with a code to redeem the car. The DLC was free for those who've played Forza Horizon 3 on Windows or either game on Xbox prior to that date. It took about 1,500 hours to program the regalia into the game, since there were no real-world data that the game designers could take reference from. So, so XV is 15. So that's what it was. So Final Fantasy 15 it was. So next up is Reception. 1,500 hours, that's like 62.5 days. Whoa, it was like over 2 months it was. So now we got reception. So it took about 1,500 hours, 62.5 days to program the regalia into the game, since there were no real-world data that the game designers could take reference from. Alright, next up is reception. So we got aggregate score first. So aggregator is Metacritic. The score is 91 out of 100 for Xbox One, so 91% for Xbox One. And out of 100 for the PC is 86%, so 86 out of 100. Publication is next. We got Destructoid, which is 90%. Game Informer, so it's like 92.5%. Sorry, 92.5%. Game Revolution 80%. GameSpot 90%. Say Game Revolution 80%. GameSpot 90%. Games Radar Plus 80%. Giant Bomb 80%. IGN 95%. PC Gamer for the US 92%. Polygon 85%. And US Gamer 100%. Forza Horizon 3 received universal acclaim from critics from the Xbox One version, while the Windows version received generally favorable reviews according to review aggregator Metacritic. The choice of an Australian setting was well received by critics. Colin Campbell, which is spelled C-A-M-P, and then B-E-L-L. Can't even say it properly. Colin Campbell, I think I said it right, I don't know, of Polygon, admired the realistic portrayal of Australia and enjoyed exploring the various locals or locales, I don't know how it's said, but it's spelled L-O-C-A-L-E-S. Locales, there we go. So locales, particularly noting the Outback, where he felt was the most enjoyable region. Miguel Concepcion, so it's spelled C-O-N-C-E-P-C-I-O-N. Interesting. Of GameSpot, thought that Australia was a good fit for the Forza Horizon series, and further remarked that off-road activities were more prominent as a result of the location. IGN's Luke Riley, which is spelled R-E-I-L-L-Y, praised the game for its attention to detail towards specific aspects such as street signs and road markings. Street signs and road markings, and for its variety of landscapes, calling it an improvement from Forza Horizon 2, where he felt the terrain felt largely the same. Jeff Gerstmann of Giant Bomb agreed and also thought the world was better to drive through than its predecessor. Nicholas Tan of Game Revolution was fond of the details of the landmarks and visuals of the gameplay world, calling it a sight to behold. The races received mixed reviews. Concepcion felt that the races were thrilling and stated that they are never I can't even say it. Bereft. I was gonna say that. Never bereft of split-second moments of gratification. Say gratification. U.S. gamers, Jazz Ragnall. I can't even say it. I'll pronounce it. It's spelled R-I-G-N-A-L-L. Praised the game for its variety of races set across different types of terrain and concluded that they were a setup from its predecessor. Andrew Reiner, Andrew Reiner, which is spelled Reiner, of Game Informer, appreciated the racecourse layouts and thought that most races felt intense and were awesome adrenaline rushes, but criticized. Awesome adrenaline rushes, but criticized head-to-head races against drivatars, stating that they are rarely enjoyable and sometimes have imbalance problems between vehicles. Towell also criticized head-to-head races for being too easy to win. Towell, which is spelled Towell, further remarked that generally races were tedious, and in contrast to Reiner, felt that track layouts were uninteresting. So that's like not interesting at all. Gerstmann thought that completing races felt repetitive, and remarked that the championship game mode was overly redundant. Phil Savage of PC Gamer liked the Drivatar opponents in the game, calling the AI system broadly effective. He also enjoyed that players that he knows sometimes appear in races, as Drivatars are usually people on a player's friend list or game club. Conception agreed and considered them a good alternative to traditional catch-up or rubber band AI. The Horizon Blueprints feature, a new race customization feature, was better received. Reginald appreciated the feature and liked how the feature allowed him to race any type of vehicle against similar types, letting him choose the vehicles he wants to race with. Riley praised the feature for the amount of creativity it provides for players, stating that races can be recreated in dozens and dozens of different ways. Reiner liked the feature for letting play events in the way they want and called the Horizon Blueprints a smart move to be added by Playground Games. Critics praised the game for its variety of content and freedom of choice for the player. Conception acclaimed Forza Horizon 3 for the amount of content available in the game's campaign, comparing it to Burnout Paradise. Campbell appreciated the variety of activities that he could partake in, and felt that exploring the world and participating in other activities were more enjoyable than completing races. Both Tan and Brett McDonsky of Destructoid liked the fact that McDonsky is spelled MakeDonski. Say McDonsky is spelled MakeDonski of Destructoid, which is spelled DESTRUCTOID, liked the fact that they had the choice to engage in various activities or drive around the gameplay world without repercussions, like punishments, really. However, Tan criticized the game for having a little incentive. I think I said it right.
Incentive.
There we go. Incentive. So, the way it said in Australian was kind of cool. It's an incentive to explore the gameplay world. Reginald was impressed by the large array of different types of vehicles the types of vehicles the player was able to use, further stating that they offer an exceptionally broad spectrum of driving experiences. Riley applauded the game for having a large range of car customization options. The game's graphics were positively received by critics. Towell praised the game for its realistic day and night cycles and rainy weather. Reginald was impressed by the graphics of cars and landscapes, so was impressed by the graphics of cars and landscapes, stating that Forza Horizon 3 is one of the best looking games on the Xbox One. Conception appreciated that the graphics of the game were able to be customized on the Windows version to a large extent. Riley praised the game's global illumination system and acknowledged that the system's lighting made the world feel more both unique and realistic. Next up is commercial performance. Ralph Fulton commented that the success of Forza Horizon 3 exceeded the expectations of Playground Games. The game was the 7th best-selling in Australia and the 10th best-selling in the UK in 2016. In the same year, it was the 9th best-selling on the Xbox One in the US. More than 2.5 million copies, those 2,500,000 copies, of Forza Horizon 3 were sold in February 2017, effectively bringing the Forza series to amazing $1 billion in sales. In September 2018, the game surpassed 10 million players. Alright, so we got awards and nominations. So we got year, awards ceremony, and category and result, and REF. I think that's reference or something. I don't know, but let's do it. So all right, let's do it. So for the year is 2016. For the awards ceremony is got. I was gonna say guide. Guild, there we go. Guild of Music Supervisors Award. And the Game Awards, so that's for the award ceremony from 2016. The category is Best Music Supervision in a Video Game and Best Sports/Racing. And results for the top one for Music Supervision was nominated. For the Best Sports/Racing Game, it won. For the ref, for the music version, 72. For the Best Sports and Racing, 73 and 74. Next up is 2017. Its awards ceremony is for both British Academy Games Awards and DICE Awards. Or Design, Innovative, Communicate, Entertain Awards for 2017. Category is British Game, Multiplayer, and Racing Game of the Year. So for the both British Game and Multiplayer, it was nominated, and it won Racing Game of the Year. For British Game, for ref was 75, Multiplayer 76, Racing Game of the Year was 77. And last but not least, we have got notes. So the Ultimate Edition of the game was released on September. It was released on September 23rd, 2016. While the standard, both the standard and deluxe editions, were released on September 27th. Additional work was provided by Turn 10 Studios. All right, finally done. God, I'll click my back. Talking too much actually hurts my throat. Like, wow, that was crazy. Like talking too much on that. I feel like I'm in like news reporting or something, or in a commercial or anything like that. God. Anyway, so so that's it today. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. For my next video is gonna be about Forza Horizon 4 2018, and for my last Horizon video I'll do is Horizon 5 2021. So those ones are gonna wait. So yeah, those ones are gonna wait. So yeah, I even drawn a bunch of cars. So I'll just show you real quick what cars I drawn. So I drawn the Lamborghini Murcielago with a wide body kit I done myself and a rear wing. And the blue parts right here are the lights, the intercooler, and the underglow LED lighting kit it has. It doesn't really have, but I just done it myself. And then I done a 1993 Mustang LX, I think, from Fast and Furious 9 and Fast and Furious 10, driven by Jacob Toretto. Young Jacob Toretto was Finn Cole, British. And then we got John Cena, American, who plays the older John Cena. Oh, older Jacob Toretto. He drives this, and he drove a modern Mustang at the 9th installment. And then he drove a El Camino in Fast X. He drove that car. He drove a Mustang and a El Camino, as far as I remember. And I even drawn this A.K.A. Supra from 1994 to 1998. So I think I showed you this. If I haven't, I apologize. So that is what I drawn. So yeah, I drawn the Evo 10, 2011 Subaru Impreza WRX STI, Lamborghini Murcielago wide body, 1992 Ford Mustang Fox body, well, LX I think, Mark IV A80 Toyota Supra. So yeah, I've done the Evo, Impreza, Lambo, Mustang, Supra. I even done the Viper, Huracan, Centenario, McLaren Senna, named after Edmund Senna. I think I said right. And the AMG 1. For my next Horizon video is going to be about Horizon 4. Just don't know when I'll do it. Maybe today or maybe next day. I got no idea when, but at some point I will do it. And so, yeah. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you guys like... So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Alright. So yeah. So like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. And comment down below of what else you guys want me to do. So comment down below what you guys think, and comment below what else you want me to do. I'll see if I got the time to do it. If I do, that'll be great. If not, then I'll find some other time to actually try and do it, because very soon, in like a couple weeks time, I'm gonna be getting prepared to go to work for my first job, actually. So So I'm done with college right now. Now it's down to work. So yeah, I'm gonna work and get paid money, but I will start with the low amounts, and I'll keep working until I get like a high amount of money. And it all depends on how many hours I work, because the longer hours I work, the more money I'll get paid. So that's how it's gonna work, really, for me. But yeah, So, I gotta get going now, but if you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Alright, so, that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna get going. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care, folks. Stay safe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.